You excited?
Yeah. A bit nervous, but
How should we start?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Are you good?
Yeah. Is it a bit weird we're sitting on the floor?
It'd be weirder if we were sitting on the bed.
Okay.
Who's gonna start? Where do we start? Start at the beginning. This video is definitely a special video for us, and we're honestly so excited to be able to share this with you. A little bit of a secret that we've been keeping for a little while.
Yeah.
For those that have been following us for a while, like, you guys kind of know our story, but me and Sarah we've been together longer than we've not been together. Don't
like,
put a years.
I am going to put a years in it.
Because it makes me feel old.
This year it'll be 20 years, right?
Which is crazy. Or
is it next year? Is it 19 years or 20 years?
No, we've said how we met maybe in like an early video, but my brother was dating your friend.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of a blind date, wasn't it? And we just got on so well, like, immediately.
They ended up breaking up, and we stayed together.
Yeah.
But she's still my very, very good best friend. He's still your brother.
He's still my brother. That's not gonna change. So anyway.
Oh, that's so funny.
That was it. Like, yeah, we like, you were my first girlfriend. Proper girlfriend, yeah.
I thought he was gonna say love. I was gonna say first, only, like.
Oh, of course you were our first only love. Like, that just goes without saying.
When we first met, and we literally spent like every day together, and we would spend all day together. Or if I had been at school and you'd meet me after school, we'd spend the evening together, and then we'd go home and spend hours on the phone. Like, we were just inseparable.
And do you remember when we would sit in your bedroom and we would go through like it was like a Little Woods or Next catalogue?
Argos.
It wasn't Argos.
It was Argos.
They don't do baby
clothes
in Argos.
Yeah, they did. They had a section. I'm telling you, if
I'm
it was
sure
at my house,
it was a Little Woods
if it was at my house, it wouldn't have been Little Woods. It would have been Argos or Index.
Fine. Let's say it's Argos, okay?
Yeah.
So we went through this Argos catalogue, and we'd look at like the baby section, the baby clothes, and we see all the little babies in there. And I don't think we really realised that, but looking back now, we were sort of like planning our future together.
And we used to walk past houses and say like where we'd like to live and
how we'd like our house to look. And then obviously Sarah did get pregnant with Casey.
Yeah.
And obviously that wasn't planned.
No, I was very young, obviously 18, as you guys know. You know, like, obviously having Casey who's 16, and if she was to say to me, would you recommend having a baby at 18? No, I wouldn't. Personally, I would say to her, no, just wait, there's no rush. But for me, it made my life. It made me a better person, and I know that. Like, it gave me a reason and a purpose. And for us, obviously, we've stayed together. It worked out for us.
Looking back now, we were kids having kids. That's how
when I look back at pictures, I was so young. Honestly, I thought I was so old. You feel at 18 that you're so old, but I wasn't.
We were actually just kids, really.
Yeah.
We were like, do you know what? We've had a baby. We're doing okay at this parenting thing. Like, why don't we have another one? Why don't we actually start making this like this is actually a family? Like,
it was such an easy decision to make, wasn't it?
Having Grace, we didn't even think twice. Yeah. We were just like, let's have another one. Cool, let's do it.
And then we're like, right, time to do this right. Let's get married. Let's be a proper family. And we then planned a wedding. Yeah. Obviously, unfortunately, as you guys know, my brother passed away just 5 weeks before the wedding. But yeah, we fell pregnant with Sophie.
Yeah, on our honeymoon, we were like, okay, we're married. What do married people do? They have babies, right? So then
I was so cocky. I remember telling people, like, I'm gonna just fall pregnant on my honeymoon, and people were like, Sarah, it's not as easy as that. I was like, yeah, like, you know, and I did. Like, I thought.
Yeah, we did.
It was so bizarre. I just think she was just meant to be as well. Like, I just think
she's so special.
Yeah.
All our kids are.
Well, yeah,
they're all so special in such different ways. They've all got these amazing characters, each and every one of them. Sophie, you know, she was, well, how do you say, like, obviously she had a lot of
well, she was such a worry. She was such a worry for the first year, like.
And we are gonna 100%. We will do a video about Sophie's story, because it is an incredible story.
Yeah.
And then we had Sophie, and we were just like, we just don't know if we could ever go through that again.
Yeah. And she was a baby for so long. She didn't walk till she was 3. So another baby didn't even come into our mind. I know family members that were like, you should have another baby and it might help her to
you can encourage her.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the word. So like if the new baby is walking, it would encourage Sophie. And at that time we were just like, no, like Sophie's
just literally, our life is dedicated to
hospital
making sure that Sophie is okay.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, and then Sophie really turned the corner and she was doing really, really good.
Yeah.
And she is doing really, really good to this day. She's great.
I always thought, because Casey and Grace were close together, I then would have another one after Sophie. In my head I thought it was 4 and I would have another one. Obviously, because of Sophie's needs, it did take a lot longer until I felt ready, obviously. Because I had to give her everything, my time and love and everything that she needed. So when we felt ready, that's then we were like, right, okay, let's try for Chloe. So falling pregnant with Chloe, I think in my head it was just kind of like, I've got 3 girls, of course it's going to be a boy. Like, why would it be another girl? Yeah. I couldn't get my head around it. And also when we did find out Chloe was obviously a girl, I did find it a bit hard. I think that I'd put a lot of my grief from my brother, and when people would ask me like about having a boy, the boy I would describe would be my brother, like cheeky, brown hair, brown eyes, darker skin like me, and not look like anything like Joel like the other girls do. Yeah. So I think so
you were hoping that this baby would have a piece of your brother. Yeah, definitely. Because you were grieving so much, and like I think we all understood that and we could see that, and we desperately wanted it to be a boy for your sake, but in hindsight. But then no, it probably would not have been the best thing for me. Like Chloe, the minute she was born, like I just adored her, and it was just right that she was a girl. And now that I can look back, I think 100%. I don't think that would have been right for me. I think it worked out how it's supposed to work out, and the relationship that our girls have, it's just incredible. Like Casey being the oldest and Chloe being the youngest, it's like those two are just the best buds. Yeah. Like, yeah, I all the time I'll be driving and Casey's like, oh look at this memory, and I didn't realise that even from the beginning she films Chloe like daily. Yeah. Like you know, not supposed to Snapchat. Just for her own memories, like just or like so nice. Yeah. I'm like wow, like Casey always talks about memories, and even when we're shooting YouTube here, she's like, how nice is it that they're gonna have these memories when they're older. When Chloe's being funny on camera, we can actually just go back and show her. Yeah, yeah. Like, this is what you were like. We were like, yeah, like 4 kids, like we're done. I was so done. You were done. I was like, no more. I think because of the emotion as well, I just thought, you know what, I'm blessed. I'm thankful that I have my 4 girls. I think because you were a hard no, it was easy for me to be like, well, if it was down to me, I'd say like, yeah, let's have another one. And I think I'd be more than happy to have another girl. I love being a girl dad. Like it's just it's amazing. So well yeah, because they've all got you wrapped around their little finger, that's why. You're good cop and I'm bad cop. Well. Someone's got to be. And then obviously like keep shooting the YouTube videos, everyone was like, when's baby number 5? Do you want to have a baby? And that question come up like all the time, and Joel would say yes and I would say no. Joel wants another kid but Sarah doesn't.
That is true though, right?
It's kind of true. I always said to Sarah, look, Sarah, it's your body, and you know the decision is with you, and I'm happy either way. But if someone asked me like, would you have another one? I'm like, yeah, I would. But I wouldn't. He's not the one that's got to give birth. That's why. But I wouldn't be heartbroken if she was. Sarah's like, no, we're done. So I think we just felt so lucky that we had the 4 girls. That incredibly lucky. Yeah. Like so lucky. As well, it's obviously like we knew we were buying the house, and just we felt so happy and content in life, and you know, life was getting easier, and we thought let's make it harder for ourselves. Let's add another. We decided that we would start trying for baby number 5, and when you say it like that, so number 5. Number 5. Baby number 5. So when did we actually start trying for baby number 5? Oh gosh, about a year ago. About a year ago, and then. Just after we moved into the house? Yeah, we moved into this house. It was literally, we still had boxes to unpack. And it was really weird. I just knew I was pregnant. I was like, I rang you and I was like, when are you coming home? And do you remember you said, what's wrong with you? You can't talk properly. I was like, I'm pregnant. Like, it's worked. I'm pregnant. Like, what? Like, but then unfortunately, I did miscarry
that baby. Very sad, obviously. But I just was like, you know, I'm lucky. So we tried again, and then a few months later again fell pregnant.
Was it around Christmas?
Around Christmas time. Well, it was January, yeah.
Yeah.
January, and then again miscarried. So I started to think maybe that's it. Like we're not gonna have any more babies. Like I wasn't sure I could do it again as well. Like
it's hard.
Go through another miscarriage. Like
I did feel like if we were gonna, I did think if it happens again, like it's gonna hit us really. It is gonna hit us hard, and I know there's people watching this who have been through far much worse, and you know, so like we want to be sensitive to those people. Like honestly, our hearts go out to you. So on the 7th of March was the anniversary of Sarah's brother's accident when he passed away. Obviously a difficult day for everyone. Chloe was just like full of energy. We wanted to give you a bit of space, so me and Chloe went for a walk in the woods, and Chloe was just playing up, and she wanted me to carry her all the way home, and honestly it's such a long walk. So I rang Sarah and I said, Sarah, can you come and pick us up from the entrance to the woods, because I can't carry her the whole way, and she's refusing to walk.
Which, you know, she's so good as well. I don't know, she's so good at walking.
No, not everything.
No, she's so good at walking that normally, that's strange in itself, isn't it? That
everything just worked out really nicely that day. So especially considering the day that it was. So I rang Sarah, I said, can you come pick us up? Chloe's been a nightmare, I'm carrying her. So you said yeah.
So I was actually due on my period that day, and I just thought, you know what, like I'm just gonna look. If I've got a test in the drawer left over, then I'm just gonna do it and see. I didn't feel pregnant, I didn't think I was, but I thought I'd just, you know, just do it. So I did, and then I drove to the woods. They weren't there yet, and I thought, oh, if he's been carrying her that long, I better go towards them. So got out of my car, started finding them, walking towards them.
So me and Chloe were walking, we were expecting to see Sarah in the car park, and then we see Sarah walking towards us, and then
she's like, oh.
She was like, I don't know why, like even now I'm just getting goosebumps. I was like, oh, that's so nice. Like
this is such a nice surprise, your words were.
And you started running towards us, you had this huge smile on your face, and I was just smiling because you were there, and we were like, me and Chloe were like, oh look, it's mummy. So we run over to you, you ran to us, and then
I was like, I've got another surprise. And I literally pulled out the pregnancy test, and there was all positive.
And I honestly, just even like it took me back, like, so it was such a shock, and it was just such a nice moment.
It really was, like, and the day for me, I had a reason, like, to be happy. Like it was really not like, what's the word when it's like, obviously I was sad, but I was happy as well, and like it gave me like, I said to you, I haven't said this to anybody else. I was like, but I feel like it was like a gift from Mickey to be like, yeah, there you go, and I know, what's wrong with me? So, but obviously because of the other 2 miscarriages, we were so nervous, weren't we? We were so nervous.
Yeah, we were. We were.
Yeah.
I think we were almost half expecting it to happen again.
Yeah, and I honestly felt like if it happened again, then.
I think the hard thing as well when you're going through miscarriages is because you're not telling people that you're pregnant.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily know what you kind of.
Yeah.
You know, oh please let this baby not miscarry, and
so we went for an early scan.
We did go for an early scan, and we saw like
a little blob,
kidney bean with a little heartbeat, and it was just like, oh, baby's still there, which was like so nice because we almost were just like, is the baby still there? And then
I had real bad nausea, so I
was like, okay, hormones are kicking in.
Dreadful,
which was bad, but a good sign. But, yeah. And now you are how many weeks pregnant?
14 weeks pregnant. Baby's there. Babe, and it's so clear, like seriously, the baby is just...
Look how perfect that little baby is.
They were like, oh my gosh, the baby's so good just laying there, let me take photos. Like, just didn't move, perfect. Like, just got... So yeah, like...
So yeah, we're having a baby, guys. Like, yeah, it was just his...
A baby that we
amazing.
don't even know, we've never even met. Like, all our girls have got different personalities, so we're just like...
saying, it feels so strange knowing that this baby in there is a person we've never met. We don't know what character, we don't know what you're gonna look like, we don't know what gender you are like, but whatever you are like, we know when you come into our lives, we're gonna love you, but we don't even know what you're like.
Yeah.
It's just, that blows my mind all the time. And this baby's just like, I don't know, this baby just, you know, just look at this scan picture, like, honestly, we are so excited and so happy. Like, every time I look at the scan picture, it just makes it real for us.
It just feels so bizarre. Like, I think because I was so like, one, I would never have another baby, then obviously changed my mind and the miscarriages. I still really, at 14 weeks, there's days that I just can't get my head around it.
And the baby is due on November 12th. Boy or girl, who cares? Like, just the baby. So we're filming this video literally a couple of days before we're posting it. So at this moment in time, Casey and Grace do know that we're having a baby, but we did film a video before they knew of actually telling them. So we do have that on camera, which is just an amazing memory for all of us. So we will share that with you in our next video of when we told them. Sophie and Chloe still don't know, because with Sophie, with her special needs, she does get quite obsessive about things, and I think it will be such a long wait for her that she'll just be...
And Chloe, it's too long for both of them at the minute, so
I think,
and they
more
can't
like
visibly see anything.
When you're showing, it'll be easier to say, won't it? Because they'll understand it
and
more.
Sophie, like, anyone that's got a baby bump that she sees, she just adores them, like, even from a very young age, from babies. And
this is a new chapter in our lives, and we're so
excited.
And it's amazing that we get to share it with you guys. So if you aren't already, then feel free to subscribe to the channel, follow along on our journey with us, and get the notification bell on so you know when we post that video next.
Of Casey and Grace, you're gonna love it.
Their reaction was great. So yeah, we'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.